Hey, and welcome back to Low Life Machining. I'm Chad Lowe, and today we're getting into a big roller off of a conveyor that the bearing fits on the ends have been worn right down. So they wore down before, they turned them down to a different size. Now they're wanting them to be turned down but brought back to the size that they were before. So that's what we're going to get into. This was brought to me by another machine shop. They called me because they didn't have the swing or the length to be able to pull this off in their lathes. That's why old gear like this old mama lathe, Mitchell, comes in handy. This is where it makes its money, its bread and butter is in these jobs, because you gotta have a big lathe to do big gear, and if you don't got the lathe, you gotta pass off on the big jobs. So my problem is right now with this lathe positioned in the shop where it is, I can't get the full reach, and we're going to need the full reach in order to fit this big roller in there. Let's get right into it. So the problem I'm having right now is when I pull my tailstock back, I'm up against this stud here that's kind of holding my house up. So that has to stay. The lathe now will have to come out, so I'll stick the engine crane around it and we'll pull this end out. I need that bearing for reference. Now, you know, if you guys went and liked and subscribed and helped us out here a little bit, I might put a little bit of extra funding into the new shop. Just saying. And I'm not saying you need to. But if you do enjoy machining and you do enjoy different setups, or trying to figure out how to do different setups, or you just watch stuff to happen, this could be your place. We've basically built this shop out of nothing, and we've been in business for 4 years. Or 5, and every year it gets busier, and every year we end up with more clients, and we don't advertise. YouTube, I think, is probably the only source of advertisement that we give out, and that's just more or less because I'm 4th generation machinist and my father's 3rd, and he enjoys watching what I do and loves giving the input to let me know how I could have done things differently, which is very important to me because sometimes there's faster ways to do a job. No, we've been word of mouth. If business is good, it's because word of mouth is good, and business continues to be good. So we don't have really any huge complaints over that. Now, being able to squeeze this in and around is going to be a challenge, I think. Now, can we pull it out is the question. Boys oh boys. I'm not saying that won't work, but there's easier ways. Instead of going that route, I think what I'm going to end up doing is just hooking onto it with the come-alongs, and I'm going to tie into this jack post here in the basement and just pull this over some. That's how it came in here. Now we got enough from there. That should do us, honestly. That dropped. I'm just going to get this end dialed up and then get that tightened up, get some tooling geared up, and then I'll bring you back around. So I just made an extension here in order to be able to set the dial in on that. And then down at this end, we got our cutter installed. And we're just going to skim this side because it wasn't wore badly. And try and get a sleeve on it. So this tool here has a little too much radius, and I can hear it starting to chirp. So we're going to throw a canoe style insert in there on her and set up again. All we're trying to do is just skim the whole surface so that we got a nice surface for the sleeve to fit over and grab good onto. So this turned out pretty good. We've got to skim down a few thou. I had one spot here I could see when I was cutting, and it's actually just probably where they cut the old bearing off because it's in there pretty deep. So I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to get into that. We don't need to turn that down. It's not compromising anything. So this is turned down, so now we can get a size and see if we can scrounge up some material that might work. Diameter, and we're going to want a press fit on that, so we're going to probably be looking at 2 to 3 thou press fit. Let's call it 3 thou. So we want a 3 thou press fit. So our hole is going to have to be 2.173. Yep. See how long we need to make this. I'm probably going to make this longer and then trim it up to make it look like it's part of the shaft anyway. But we're going to want roughly a piece to start us out with, probably 3 1/8. I'm getting close to 300. I'm getting close to 3 inches 70 thou. So if I go 3 1/8, that'll give me more than enough then.
I'm surprised you don't use a 12-volt drill for this process.
Normally I will, but it's out in the truck and I'm just too lazy to go get it. So just normally it's just half-inch adapter on a drill and zip them out, zip them in. Getting connected with her roots, going back to the days when there was none of that stuff. You had to wind a handle. Get carpal tunnel in your wrists like a real man. So, 67, 66. Because this is pipe, I'm just getting a variant on probably 10 thou almost.
Customer, what would you say?
Who, me? They're loving it. Ma. So we're at 2.164, 163.5. So we're getting close to where we need to be. We need to be at 2.173, I believe, is what we're after. Well, I'll put her right on target. I'm just gonna deburr this and sand out the inside a little bit. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. Putting a nice heavy radius on there. Alright. Ready to heat that up and sweat it on. Hopefully we'll have enough material on the outside to make it work. So I'm going to have to take this center out on this end in order to get the sleeve on. So found this little jack. And I'm just going to let it take up the slack. Didn't even hit record. Maybe on the next one. Okay, so we got our sleeve on and sweat it into place. Take 20 off of where we touched off. only about an 1/8 out cut though, really. We have about almost exactly 20 thou to take off. Perfect. That just slides on there nice. That's, couldn't ask for a better fit than that. Very, very, very happy with how that turned out. I wasn't too sure how it would, but very happy with that. So we'll get this flipped around now and we'll do the other side. Same thing. Again, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Could have been worse. So the material we had for the other side wasn't suitable for this side because we had to undercut it a little more. So we're going with a 2 3/4 inch hot rolled stock, and then we'll make our sleeve out of that. Yeah, so we've got it all made up. I'm gonna go over and start the torch up and get this heated up. I'm gonna set you guys up over on the lathe so that maybe this time I'll hit record and you can see the slip fit going. All right, here we go. Alright guys, well that about sums this one up. We got all the bearing fits back to 60 mil and the bearing fits beautiful on it, so we'll get this out to the customer. They got to get this installed right away, so until next time, see you later, Buzzy. Thanks for watching.